Hello and welcome to another episode of FinTech Focus TV, powered by Harrington Starr, global leaders in financial technology recruitment. Head over to harringtonstar.com where you'll be able to see some of the greatest jobs in financial technology recruitment across the world. You'll also be able to find a host of insight to help you grow your brand, your team, your network and your career. You can see the latest financial technology salary survey. You'll be able to download the issue of the Financial Technologist, focusing on the appetite for disruption. And our latest Top 1% Workplace Awards will be out at the end of this year. If you work for a company that's a great place to work in financial technology, we want to hear from you. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you soon. Hello and welcome to our episode of FinTech Focus TV. We are here today live at the Americas Trading Conference with Fix. And we've got some great people to be talking to today. Kicking us off today is Mr. David Pearson. David, how are you?
Thank you very much, Toby. Great to be here. Great to see you.
Listen, great to have you back on the show. You are no stranger to FinTech Focus TV. We're doing it out in the States this time out. And it looks set to be a fantastic day. So we're going to be talking a little bit about your panel later on and what you're going to be discussing. But I also want to discuss a little intro to yourself, first and foremost, and tell us what Torstone are doing at the moment.
David Pearson, and I work for Torstone Technology, so I'm product owner for the middle office in that post-trade space. And Torstone itself is a full-service post-trade systems provider. And, we've got offices here in North America, but also headquarters are in Europe, but we're doing a lot of work out in Asia as well. And mix and match our product selection. So, we've got the ability to take any of the modules from our products and really put those into place and those for our clients. So, we'll always prefer to sell the full stack, but we're also capable of providing standalone capabilities as well. And that's particularly true with our middle office. So I'm representing today.
And it's been a fascinating story. It's been a successful story with Torstone all the way through. I understand it's getting even more exciting. Big plans for next year across the globe.
Yes, and it's a great time, and I think kind of now post-pandemic, I think I can say we're post-pandemic. I'd like to think so. There is lots of opportunity, and I think always the strategic direction of Torstone as a company, focus on the things we do well, focus on our clients and what they require out of the service. And if we do that, we will continue to grow and continue to be successful. And of course, then, we're here today at the Fix show, Fix America show, and, this is, I have another hat from Torstone. I'm one of the regional chairs for the post-trade Fix committee. I'm talking here today. But, Fix is, and the reason I wanted to make sure I was here for this event is it brings together both workflow and messaging. So for some people, Fix is seen as an IT solution. But actually, when you look at the definition of workflows and things like this, it's about making sure the counterparties to the trade can talk. And so Torstone Technology can use Fix to talk to its counterparties, whether that's the buy side, whether that's custodians and clearers. So we like to be involved in what Fix is doing and making sure we're closely aligned. So this is a perfect event for us today.
I love the whole sense of community. I've always loved the sense of community of Fix and how it's it's sort of very much a group effort, isn't it? Yes. And the engagement of everyone and the listening and how it moves the industry further forward. I think it's always been superb. You mentioned it earlier on. It's one of the hot topics that we've been seeing in the marketplace. Tell us a little bit about your panel, what you're excited about talking about, and what your view is of what you're going to be trying to get across today.
Well, of course, the whole post-trade world conversation is dominated by 2+1 coming next year. And I think the challenges that's throwing our way, they're being met. But we still need to get some resolution around how people are going to interact and how people are going to be able to work to the new timeframes. When we had similar type discussions early days, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, there was a lot of arm raising and on my word, how we're going to meet these challenges. And as usual, people come together. And echoing that point again, I think that collaboration with the good folk here today on the calls and in roundtables that I've been part of in London with both buy side and sell side, collectively leaving the guns outside the door, let's talk about how the whole industry works within this model. And it's affecting the international community as well as the North American community. And collaboration is the only one. We're not going to be able to fix and solve for these problems individually. And so that collaboration is really starting to bear fruit, I think.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's May, isn't it? That
Yes,
everything comes through. Back end of May. And from experience, there's always a sort of mad panic towards the end of this, where people are saying it's coming, and they say, "Oh Christ, we need to act on it."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of where you think the market is on this whole journey at the moment, and what your advice is to be.
Yeah, on quite a recent call, we had somebody. This is out of London. We had someone saying, "Oh, well, they're going to delay, aren't they? No one's ready." History is repeating itself, because when it came to the EU and MiFID,
this is exactly what I'm thinking. It's like history.
It's like oh yeah, well, it's the EU. They'll get so far and then they'll put the brakes on it, and it will be 2 years delayed. And a whole lot of other people going, no, this is a train coming down the track. And I had to promote that view, that I think if you think that the SEC, Chair Gensler, are going to change their minds, we're now in the fall of 2023. I don't think they're going to do that. They're saying you need to be ready. And whether that's domestic broker here in USA or in Canada or indeed in Mexico, or as an international investor looking to invest into the North American markets, you're going to have everything lined up, at least be able to solve the problem. Even if there's a tactical solution, so don't think there's going to be a delay, because I don't think anybody is going to sign that.
That sort of level of apathy has always been there and prevalent within these sort of things, right?
It has, yes.
And are you seeing? So you mentioned that with a conversation that someone had on there. My intuition tells me that people are a little bit more ready this time out, and the sort of wagons have been moving into position for a while.
Yes.
It seems that a few of the lessons of MiFID, have been taken on board, but it's going to be a fundamental. You make no bones about it. This is going to be a fundamental change, right? And there's going to be teething problems with it.
There will be, and this estimation, the number of hours that you've got to sort out the problems of any particular trade being ready to settle, actually it's not taking a day off it. It's shrinking by over 80%. So by the time your trade is done at 4 o'clock past 4, you've got to be able to submit that trade by 9 p.m. Have it allocated by 7. These are the time frames. It cuts out all of the time you had to have a tomorrow morning to sort out pile. The in-tray, you can just go, I'll sort that one out. No possibility. And I think what is really good is that actually it's really engaged the brains, both from an IT perspective, but also a workflow perspective, and then from a fintech point of view, to try and work out how we can solve for those problems between us, because it's very, very difficult for any organization to change the technology they've got, and you can't easily do that in isolation from your counterparts. You've got to talk the same language, kind of metaphorically and literally. You've got to move together down this pathway. So some of the work we're doing in FIPS is definitely going to help that. There's an ongoing discussion around securities lending, which is a key factor here. And one of the worries internationally as well about if they've got stock and they want to loan it, there's money to be made. But if you can't get it back to settle the trade because the manager is selling out part of that position, you're not going to loan it. So was there a liquidity crunch? These things are being discussed openly, and there's a resolution. There's ways forward to help soften the blow.
And I think again that collaboration piece to allow that to happen is really encouraging to see. So let's round up with the audience that you're leaving today, and people here are thinking about this issue and maybe slightly behind the curve or actually on track. If there's a message that you want to give to say this is things that you need to be thinking about right now, 2 or 3 pearls of wisdom, what would they be?
So I think, first of all, I think it's a great community, and we've got SIFA here today, but actually also through those bodies like SIFA and there's lots of collaborative information of ways of changing your business process and potentially introducing liquidity to help solve for those workflows that are going to need to change. And so if you're unsure of how you can solve a problem, the chances are there's going to be 50 to 100 other people scratching their chins or have worked these out. And collaboratively, you can get on there. So don't work in isolation, I think, is certainly one of those first messages. But also then I think some technology will have to change. And one of the big items here is that shortening of the timescale to deal with the whole submission process from point of execution. There's no space here for batch jobs to be running at 8 p.m. You've got to go real time. So the sooner your data arrives, the sooner you send the enhanced data out in all directions, the sooner then the next person in the food chain is going to be able to act and react to that data. And then you can spot problems easier. So we've got firms who worry about the workflow. But one of the big things from a Torstone perspective is that we have always been is real time and event driven. So we feel ourselves very comfortable that we can apply our technology into the market, knowing that you can identify the issues in the workflow. It's something we're promoting very heavily. But I think for the people who do have to resolve those processes, I think get involved in those discussions. And I think many people will, to be honest. Fix is certainly helpful. They're all being very helpful and focused and collaborative on these things. There are answers to those solutions, and there is technology that can help as well.
So we're talking about working with others and obviously engaging with Torstone. You got everything covered.
Beautiful picture. So that's the message we like.
With people who are listening to this and thinking they resonate with what you're talking about at the moment, what's the best way to them to get in touch with Torstone and have a conversation?
TorstoneTechnology.com. I'm here today at Fix, and we're represented here. Absolutely, pick up the phone, send us an email. We'll easily pick up any thread conversation around the post-trade process and engage with some very bright people to solve those problems.
Outstanding. David, it's always a pleasure.
Toby, thanks very much.
Have a great day today. I'm sorry I can't see the panel, but I'm going to get all the notes and find out about it, and I'm sure you're going to smash it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you on another episode of FinTech Focus TV very shortly. Thanks a lot.